Welcome back to Making Video Your Business. Today, I'm joined by my good friend and social media influencer, property market influencer, Christopher Watkin. We've been friends for a very long time, so God knows where this is going to go. Mate, thanks so much for joining me.
Thank you for asking me to come on this. Thank you very much.
It's taken until season 2 to get you on because I wanted to give it a bit of life before I brought out the big guns. Give us a bit of background about who you are and what you do day to day in business.
So my name is Chris Watkin, and I help letting and estate agents grow their businesses by writing content about their local property market.
This isn't the first time.
There's me trying to soar with the eagles, and I have to sit around with these turkeys.
Hello, mate. Right then, phones off. Come on. We're supposed to be professionals.
This is really funny.
We're supposed to be professionals.
Okay, yeah. I suppose I can finish that afterwards, can't I?
Yeah.
Have you switched it off?
Yeah.
Tell you what, first rule of doing videos and podcasts is switch your bloody phone off.
I knew he was calling because he's in after you. So this isn't the first time you've been the other side of a camera. You spend a lot of time making video content for, not really for your business. Can you talk to me about why you make video content and why you think it's important that businesses do so?
I've produced in excess of 2,600 videos in the last 8 years. And they hardly talk about what I sell. You see, most people's responsibility, or most people who are in business, want to sell more of what they want to sell so they can earn more money, make a difference, go on holiday, and everything else that people do business in. And our job as people who sell things is to get people to buy from us. And the first thing you need to do is grab people's attention. I could run around naked down Grantham High Street.
Please don't.
And I would soon get people's attention, but that attention needs to convert into something. And just because you have attention doesn't mean someone's going to buy off you. There are a number of steps on that process. First, yes, you have to grab their attention, but then you have to be interesting. You have to be interesting so they get to, we've all heard the phrase know, like, and trust. That is how people only do business with people they trust.
Yeah.
The science behind it is first they know you, then they like you, then they trust you.
Yeah.
So how do you get someone to know you? Well, they have to be interested in you. How do you get someone interested in you? Well, you could either talk a lot about yourself all the time, like the person at the party. And Chris, what do we think to the person who talks about themselves all night at the party?
Self-obsessed, self-absorbed.
If with regard to the marketing and the business that you are in, whatever you sell, be it services to estate agents, widgets, swimming pools, it doesn't matter. If people don't trust you, they're not going to do business with you. So how do you get someone to trust you? They have to know you, then like you, then trust you. How do you get someone to know you? They have to be interested in you. And this is the killer part. This is the silver bullet. If you want someone to be interested in you, the first thing you have to be is interested in
them.
And that is where it comes. That's the crux of the content that I provide. I create content which is of interest to my potential customer.
Why then would you go out of your way to make nigh on 3,000 videos, right? None of which talk about what you do. Do you not think that a lot of people would find that counterintuitive?
Yeah, it is counterintuitive.
So why?
Because I followed a number of people on social media.
When you first started your business?
Yeah, Gary Vaynerchuk. Gary V is one person. And he sent me down some rabbit holes. And there's no such thing in this world as an overnight success.
No.
We all look at, say, like, who's that singer with ginger hair? What's his name?
Ed Sheeran.
Yeah, he wasn't an overnight success. He'd spent 10 years on the tube giving
the busking and stuff.
And if you believe grabbing someone's attention and then turning that into interest, and that interest into then knowing, then liking, then trusting, then if you believe in that process, quite simply, all you have to do is do the stuff at the top, and everything will follow through.
So you've grown your business quite successfully as a result of that.
Yeah, I've got about 120 clients, and I've spent in 7 years about £600 on marketing.
Yeah, but you've made all your video content. That's had a cost.
Well, I don't consider that as marketing.
No, that's content for your business. So
Oh no, sorry, I said £600 on advertising.
yes, yeah.
The money I spend on the video is marketing.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
But it's the difference between sales marketing and brand marketing.
Yeah, 100%. So why do you keep doing it? Because, you know, in the nicest possible way, you know, whilst anyone outside of the UK property market might not have seen your face, they might not know who you are. And there's lots of people who watch this podcast who are in all sorts of different industries. And we've had guests on from any number of different industries. In the UK property industry, you are one of the most well-known faces nationally. That is without doubt. And down in a large part, I think, to the you know, the quality and the volume of content that you've produced over the last 6 or 7 years. Why do you keep making it?
I get my kicks from making the content, not from the likes and the comments that I get from it.
We don't all like ourselves all the time. We're not all huge fans of how we sound or
Chris,
what we look like.
I don't listen to my own videos.
No.
I don't like the way I look. I don't like the way I sound. All I care about is my wife, my late dog. Hopefully we'll get another one. Don't know when that will be. Collecting antique medals, collecting Freemasonry. I like my round table. And I love talking to interesting people. That's why when I do my sofa chats, I don't set the topics. I let them do it.
Yeah.
Because it's a lot easier. but also I love talking to interesting people. So I get my kicks from the content by making the content, not the publishing of the content and not the business that comes from it. And it's funny is my wife, who's a co-owner of the business, said after 2 years, you know, I spend an awful lot of money on content.
You get a very good rate.
I know I get a good rate, but still, you know, it's still a decent amount of money.
Yeah.
The wife asked me after doing the videos for 2 years, have we got our money back yet? And I had to look her in the eye and say, no, I haven't got the money back. The whole thing is
You
this.
have now.
No, but that's the whole thing is this. There is, with a Facebook advert, you can measure it.
Yes.
I put that advert there and
Yeah.
I got that piece of business
There. Yeah.
Okay. But it's a bit like if I had to ask you to give your a mark out of 10 on how much you love your wife, or the day that you found out you loved your wife, you say, well, it isn't. It kind of happened. I kind of believed in it and it worked.
Yeah.
And that's the process that I believe is it must work because I don't do any advertising.
Yes, correct.
But can I say that if I do a certain set of videos on a awful Monday morning on a January, will that get me any business when I publish it in March? No. I mean, I was talking to a guy this morning who's been watching my videos for 2 years.
Yeah. Never liked, never commented.
Yeah.
Never said anything, but he's been seeing you, stalking you for 2
Yes.
years. Yeah. We've had this.
Sometimes some things can't be measured in life. You just have to believe in the process.
Yeah.
And the process is create great content which is of interest to your potential client, which is valuable, which doesn't talk about yourself, and from that they'll get to know you, then like you, then trust you. And some of those people who trust you will do business with you. Many won't.
So you came out of employment a couple of years before we met and started your own business. Have you found running a business and being self-employed difficult?
I mean, it depends what you class as difficult. But if it was easy, everyone would be doing it. Once you cross that line, you can't go back. And it's hard work. But as I said, if it was easy, everyone would be doing it.
You know, you are someone who is classified as a thought leader, classified as someone who is to be listened to in terms of your opinion on the market and your opinion on where you think the market's going. You predicted in 2016 video content as a marketing method was going to be of huge importance to the UK property market nationally, and we ran training all over the country. That was before, I would say, 99.9% of estate and letting agents had made any video content whatsoever.
Yeah, now
it's everywhere. Now it's 98%. Yeah, still people don't do it. But have you ever struggled with thinking, well, who am I? You know, this imposter syndrome that a lot of business owners feel.
Everyone suffers from imposter syndrome. Even people who we look up to I can only talk in the estate agency industry, but people who you put on a pedestal They all suffer from it. I find it strange that when I interview someone, for the first 3 or 4 minutes after the interview, they kind of go, oh, and they just basically dump all their problems on you. We're social animals, and we all want the affirmation of people around us.
Yeah, of course.
So therefore, what we do is we put good feedback on a pedestal, and we crave it. The problem is that when you put good feedback on a pedestal, when some bad feedback comes around,
Yeah.
it's on the same pedestal, and it really screws us up. The way to look at it is, you know, have you noticed that when you pay me a compliment, I will keep quiet, I'll say thank you, and then I will change the subject. That is a deliberate ploy, because it could go to your head,
Yeah,
but it doesn't. I say thank you.
Yeah.
To show humility,
Yeah,
and I appreciate it, but then move on. It's a paradox. You have to care what people think about you, and at the same time not care what people think about you. And if you do that and don't put it on a pedestal, you'll win.
you put quite an interesting post online. I think it was on LinkedIn or Facebook the other day, and it said that imposter syndrome, correct me if I'm wrong, is the fact that you haven't rationalized, you haven't caught up with your success. Is that what you said?
Yep.
So the fact that your prevalence and your success is growing quicker than you can internalize it and rationalize it. Do you think that's fair?
Yeah, but at the same time, you don't want to go the other way and be too cocky about it.
No, you don't, because otherwise
So just accept
it
it.
could all fall over.
Yeah, so just accept where you are, better yourself from where you were yesterday, and keep getting on with it.
What is your plan?
I've no idea.
You've no idea?
Not a Scooby.
Because obviously you've been around for a while.
Yes.
You've made a lot of video.
Yep.
You've been very successful in the UK property market. Do you have an end plan, end goal?
Nope.
You just keep going.
Yeah. What's the point of getting to a target or something? I know it's a cliche, but I'm enjoying the journey.
Yeah, because a lot of people will set this. What I'm asking is a mindset thing. So a lot of people will set a 5-year target, a 10-year target for their business, but you just always seem to go with the flow. Do you not find
because
it
I
hard?
enjoy the process?
Yeah, no, I know you enjoy the process, but by not having those goals, do you think it frees you?
I'm very happy with what I'm doing. You know, isn't it interesting that the number of clients I have has not changed in the last 6 years? I mean, don't get me wrong, I gain some and I lose some.
Yeah.
But the number seems to be like a ceiling, but I don't see it as a ceiling. It's just, you know.
Yeah.
My wife and I, we earn well. We put loads of money in the pension and we go on holiday. We haven't got any kids, so it's going to the dog's home. So we'll just keep enjoying the journey.
Yeah. What are your tips for people getting started? Because even though we ran training in 2016 and 17 and 18, and we've worked with, I estimated that between you and I and Matt on stage and training, I reckon we've probably spoken to around 3,000 or 4,000 letting in estate agents. Some of them will be saying there'll be crossover, so maybe 3,000 at events, conferences, stage, bits and pieces. Yeah, if we've spoken to 3,000 letting in estate agents, right, I still estimate, and you agree with me, that less than 5% of agents nationally are making any video content whatsoever.
Content comes in not that many forms.
Mm-hmm.
You can either read it,
yep,
you can listen to it, or you can watch it. There are two sides to the human brain, the conscious and the subconscious. The conscious knows that the difference between meeting someone face to face versus looking at someone on a computer screen.
Yeah.
But the subconscious doesn't know. So when you produce a video and you're putting it onto a screen and 500 people watch it, the subconscious thinks it's the real person or believes it's the real person. So you're actually meeting someone 500 times.
Correct.
If you want to talk to hundreds of people, thousands of people about what you sell, produce video, but don't go out there selling, because no one likes that. You know, if you went up to 1,000 people and you started selling your thing, you're going to switch yourself off. But if you believe in talk about what they're interested in, so they become interested in you, so therefore then they get to know you, then like you, then trust you, then all you have to do is produce content, ideally video, because it's more powerful, which is of interest to the consumer, and then they'll get to know, like, and trust you. But your second part of your question is, why don't many people do it?
Yeah, why?
because they fear going on camera. And by getting over that fear of, I don't like the sound, I don't like the way I sound, and I don't like the way I look. So I listen to the first 10 seconds of every video because I need to set the question up.
Yes.
I don't listen to the rest of it.
No.
I was there.
Yes. Yeah.
That's why, would I have done the same amount of videos if I was editing it myself? No, I wouldn't. That's why, I get people like yourself. Some of that is time, but some of it is, I really don't want to listen. I was there. I don't need to repeat back the bloody question.
Yeah.
I was there. I enjoyed it.
What would your top 3 tips be to get going with making video?
First one is the content itself. And I think I call it the get or give question. Is the content you're providing trying to get something or give something? And the best way to do that is to work out what are the problems of my potential customers. So get a piece of paper with the word fears.
Yeah.
And get a piece of paper with the word frustrations.
Yeah.
And write down all the fears and all the frustrations of my potential customers.
Yes.
Not me, not what I sell, just all the fears and frustrations. And then pick one. The second thing is the introduction to the video itself. I'm assuming people are going to use their mobile phones. Okay?
Yeah, because it's immediate, isn't it?
Yeah. So get your mobile phone. Make sure that the mobile phone is at eye height. None of this down here, because remember the lens is the other person's eye. So if you're looking down on them.
Yeah, it feels domineering and unpleasant.
So another thing that is you've got 3 or 4 seconds to get someone's attention to decide if they're going to watch the video.
Yeah.
And the amount of videos where you waste those 5 seconds by saying, "Hi, it's Chris Watkin here, and I hope you're having a great afternoon, and I hope you're having a lovely time." You've just wasted the first golden 5 seconds on that.
Yeah, start with the problem.
Who it's for? Are you a letting agent boss, and do you have this problem?
Yep.
Because that's either a fear or a frustration.
Yeah, and if they're not your viewer anyway.
There you go. So I know exactly in that I'm not doing hi, good afternoon, my name is. I know who it's from. It got my bloody name across the top. Okay. If you are a letting agent and you have this problem, listen up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good.
So that's the second one. The third one is audio. You've told me this, is so important.
Yeah.
So go into a quiet room, plug in microphone. You can buy clip-on microphones.
10 quid, Amazon.
Yeah. And good audio.
Good audio is key. Yeah.
How long should it be? As long as it takes. There is no such thing as a perfect video length.
You have a video that is 40 minutes long and the average watch time is 29 minutes.
Yes.
I always use that as an example because people always say, oh, short form. And there is this rise at the moment with people saying, oh, yeah, but it has to be under 30 seconds. It has to be this. It has to be 13 seconds. It has to be 10 seconds. You only get this, that, and the other. I agree to a point. Yeah, but short form is good.
You'll watch a 5-hour binge on
correct.
Netflix.
Yeah, correct. The short form is good, but it should be a driver back to the longer form stuff.
Yeah, so if I've got a great 29-minute video, I'll pull out the 30-second clips
and drive it back. Yeah,
with a hyperlink back.
Yeah, brilliant. What is your opinion on AI? What do you think it's going to do for UK property over the next sort of 12 to 18 months?
I think there'll be a lot of BS about it in the short term. People think it's going to change the world. It will eventually change the world, but just so like computers and Rightmove and faxes and telephone changed the world.
Yeah.
I think the magic thing is keep an eye on what's coming out, and there's a lot of crap out there, but there'll be some good stuff. See what your peers are doing. Join the Facebook groups of people in your industry. Some people will often talk about what they're doing, and just basically there's going to be some trendsetters out there, see what they're doing, and then get on their coattails. It's like most things is this. It's not that to use AI properly, you have to ask it the right questions to get the best answer out. I've been able to throw in massive spreadsheets. I'm a bit of a data geek, but there's even some things I can't look at and see because it's too much data. And I've thrown it into ChatGPT-4, and it's come back with patterns. So I thought, I didn't spot that.
Yeah. Thanks so much for your time.
Chris, thank you for what you do for the industry.
You're very welcome.